Hey guys, hi, welcome back once again. My name is Vaishali, and today I'd like us to question, do we feel nourished, nurtured, or do we feel depleted? Now, as Albert Einstein had said that everything is energy, and energy comes in quantums that also flows, which also means that we are energy beings, and that in order to function well, we need a certain kind of nourished, nurtured energy, an optimal amount of it that works best for us, an optimal amount that not only helps us deliver but also helps us recover. And unless those two aspects are balanced and well in proportion to our personal requirement, I believe we all will feel depleted. And quite naturally, when we feel depleted, the body, the brain, the entire circuitry goes down in a shutdown mode, in a survival mode. So just a few days back, I'd been traveling in keeping with my work, but when I came back, I noticed this in my plants. Now, one of these plants over here came back to life as soon as I started watering it. It started to turn green again. It started to be luscious again. While there was yet another plant that had completely dried up. It looked dehydrated, malnourished, and dead. And still there was this another plant that had retained a lot of its life, that had not still dehydrated completely, but a part of the plant had started to wilt away. A part of the plant had also started to catch fungus. And that part of the plant had kind of drooped down and moved into the soil of the other plant. And it had started to affect this other plant as well. And therefore, it became necessary to chop away this part of the plant, so that this plant and this plant, the neighboring plant, can be saved, so that they don't get infected by the fungus that had started to come up, that had started to eat away at one of the plants. And as painful it might have been for the plant, at times it's also essential to cut out a certain part that has become unhealthy for the entire system that makes the plant. The plants told me their own story. They felt deprived of the nutrition that they required. They felt unhealthy. They felt dehydrated. They felt depleted. They felt withered. And as individuals who also are a part of the social network, if we do not get the right environment, the right nourishment, the right conditions for our optimal growth, for us to flourish, which calls for optimal energy requirements, which calls for optimal nourishment, for both productivity and recovery, we eventually, just like the plants, begin to wither out. We eventually, just like the plants, even catch fungus, which may not always be very healthy for our growth, for our development. We eventually, just like the plant, begin to shut down. We eventually, just like the plant, feel depleted, deprived, dried up. And quite unfortunately, since many a times, most of us, or at least a few of us, out of our conditioning, out of our habit of being a certain way, we don't even question it. We begin running on empty. Let's try and revisit ourselves and our environments. Let's try and question for ourselves, whether do we feel nourished and supported? Whether are we feeling nourished and nurtured or not? Or are we feeling depleted and running on empty? Let's try and honestly ask that for ourselves, and I will see you once again the next week. Till then, stay tuned in. And guys, if you do like the contents of my videos, please do like, share, and subscribe.